There, okay. Alright, well, YouTube's back. Viewer count 0. Yeah. OBS crashed. I don't know why. Stream rig is getting kind of tested, though. Because I'm streaming to 3 platforms at once now. Okay, we back. Then streaming another random first chat, but following up on a referral. I'm about to hire Dynamo, and he referenced you, so I'm wondering if you would refer them. What? What are the pink money bags in your stash? Spectral. All right, yeah. So here how... Oh, you be quiet. So you hear how much louder it is? Right? Too loud, right? Loud spikes. Now we turn on the compressor. Not nearly as abrasive. That's why it sounds different. You don't have those like ultra loud pops. Isn't Streamlabs running OBS under the hood? Yes. My Streamlabs has never crashed. Yeah. I mean, like, it happens sometimes. I'm sending out about 40K worth of bit rate and varying streams between 1080p and 1440p 60 to various platforms. So, like, you know, it's getting taxed more. The PC is getting taxed way more than, like, somebody just doing, like, a Twitch stream on their GPU or something. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Streamlabs myself, if I'm being honest. Mainly because with Streamlabs OBS, they they ripped off OBS, did not give them credit, basically built everything on the backbone of OBS's stuff, and then tried to pass it off as their own without like crediting any of the dev work that OBS had been doing or had been doing and continues to do. Since then, though, the people at Streamlabs like kind of because they were basically rebranded, like they had named it Streamlabs OBS, right? And then they've rebranded to something else. So even though they use OBS as like core software, they're not like trying to align themselves and saying that it's basically the same thing anymore. Even though they're using like OBS's stuff. Yeah, it's definitely got an easier to use UI. But it also has its limitations. Because like certain plugins and stuff don't work with it. Like this animated... Oh. Hold up. Just realized my stream deck don't work. Damn. Shit broke.
No.
This shit broke.
Unacceptable!
Amen. Okay. You notice rather massive increase in plus max health rolls lately. You see me? All right. Yeah. So. Okay, good. There we go. Okay. So like for instance, like the plugins that do like the animated transitions, like these, like little animated transitions, how things slide in and out instead of just like fading and like that. Like those plugins don't work. Some of them don't. Maybe this one does. I don't know, but some of the plugins don't work. And there's also like my ability to stream to like multiple platforms at the same time uses a multi-RTMP plugin, which I know that I can't put like in that piece of software. So just like stuff like that. It's you know, it's more customizable using like the vanilla shit. But like if you're just running OBS or whatever and you're trying to do something that's more user friendly and you want like, you know, it's like iPhone versus Android. You know what I mean? Oh, somebody's here. Bullshit. Bullshit. I did make an AP guide for this wipe, but I have to make another one because they changed the AP system. We tested it this morning. It's more or less going to be the same shit. Like, you still want to prioritize every mini-boss and, like, open up all the lion's heads and shit that you possibly can, bring lockpicks, all that stuff. But there's definitely, like, some bonus in killing, like, every mob. And, like, opening... I wouldn't even bother opening the little chest, but the little chests still count. Then you get, like, bonus AP for, like, treasure now, where you weren't before. It's not that much, but it doesn't have to be that much because, like, the breakpoints on, like, ranks are so much less than they were before. Snap, snap. Just gonna wait my turn. Getting Demi this week? Nice, dude. Considering how little it costs to go in, I just do my normal run and it works out. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I think, like, the loss is just, like, if you die, you know, if you're bringing in halfway decent shit. It's kind of it. Honestly, man, I think, like, the fastest grind you're gonna get is probably gonna be, like, Bard with Beer Chugger. Running, like, plus 10 physical healing on your shit. Because you can open up every box so fucking fast, and, like, all the AP that you get just for, like, opening boxes and then touching them. I would probably prioritize pulling out, like, single treasure items like this. Right? Okay, so math time, okay? 1 green is worth 3 AP, right? This is 3 AP. This is 4 AP. Because it's based on the rarity of the item, not the squares that it takes up. Right? So, like, you could do a silver chalice that takes up that this is worth 3, or you can have these 2 and this is worth 6, because it's based on, like, the number of them and how much rarity they are. This is worth 3, right? Or I could have 4, or I could have this is 4, 7, 10, right, for the same 4 squares. So you want single square treasures. I think I would prioritize single square treasures over the rarity of them the entire time. Right, like a purple piece of treasure is 5 points. So, like, a blue, like a purple candle holder would be worth 5. Or I could take 1 green, actually, or I could take 4 white pieces of treasure and have that be worth 8. See what I'm saying? Because it's all based on rarity. Yeah, you get less money, but if you're grinding for Demi, like, it almost doesn't matter. I don't even think I would pick up gear, because this is 3 per square. I don't even think I would pick up gear, because this is 4 green treasures, 4 green single squares. Yeah, potions would be the same thing. Yeah. So, like, a single blue pot would be worth 4 points, because it's all based on rarity. Same thing with jewelry. So really it would be single square anything. Because there aren't any single square items that are, like, wearable other than jewelry, but that's based on rarity because it's in the same category as utility items. So it would be prioritize single square items. Would be the rule. Basically, yeah, like, prioritize single square items, I think, would be the rule. When we'll have a season that's consistent start to finish? Well, I mean, they change it based on feedback, right? So if everybody goes, well, this sucks, you know, I mean, SDF just wants to make people happy. He wants to keep his vision, but, like, you know, that I don't think him modifying it was necessarily a bad thing. It just makes it easier. Like, the problem is that they have, like, this weird, like inner turmoil, like, dichotomy thing where they can't figure out, like, what it's supposed to be. Because the leaderboard plays like a battle pass. Really, it's just based on, like, repetition and achievement. You know? Whereas, like, you know, a true leaderboard would be based on like consistency of high tier gameplay. But then, like, the rewards for it don't feel great because, like, you're gatekeeping like cool shit, even though somebody might have a ton of hours dedicated. If they just don't like execute as well as the next guy who got like better RNG on lobbies or something and had, you know, more hours. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really awarding like consistently high tier like gameplay. Not in the sense of like a competitive leaderboard would be. Oh, you're behind me. Of course you are. Or are you not dead? Yeah, so I would prioritize single slot items would be the move. Like this would be 3 points, right? 4 points. So like this would be 3, 6, 10. Or no, sorry, 3, 6, 10. Right? Or this would be 3, 6, 9, right? So like a purple Warhammer versus these three, this is worth more than this. So it's not worth looting. Tell me if the Goblin Merchant gives your loot back if you fall into the void. It does not. There is no loot return if you fall in the void. Pedestals are all empty? What? What the fuck? Empty pedestals, bro. I've never seen it. There's always been at least one gem. Never seen empty pedestals before. That's crazy. PDR is a bit strong. I think PDR is strong in the sense that most people don't run a lot of armor penetration, and they should. Because if you notice, like, rogues that spec into daggers tend to not have nearly as much of a problem with PDR as other classes do. Why not legendary longsword? I'm literally just throwing on piss and like running the dungeon. It wasn't even like a prioritized thing. Gold is worth nothing. Yeah, neither gold and silver has never been worth anything. Like the entire time. I mean, like there was never a point in time where it was worth anything. Oh, I forgot you jump. Don't have any lockpicks. Honestly, like this little run was just proof of concept. I think I should be around like 600 or 700. If I don't die and I actually clear this shit out. Swings through the sword, never hits me. That's so awkward. Video, I did a video on it already, but they changed it. I mean, the process is still basically the same. Like, just fucking kill everything and loot all the boxes, but... Can't open that box either. There's the rope. So I'm gonna assume that each chest is worth 1. I don't know how many chests I've opened. I guess I would have to like look. No. That's the one thing that's left that I haven't tested is like whether the larger chests have different AP values, but I don't think they do. I guess I should take the Chris and the purple stilettos because they're worth 6 each, right? Because it's going to be like 3 per. Passing the blue crystal ball. It's only worth 8 points. It's only worth 8 points. So like if I can get treasure out of the boxes that would take up those 4 squares, it's not worth it. Like the point values on those things are worth the equivalent of like 4 white pieces of treasure. That's the point value on the crystal ball. I think I got time. is so stupid. Oh, we had time. $15, $30, $45 AP. You got time for the Wendigo? Yeah, probably. Cheese. So much fucking cheese. USDA government cheese, bro. Hellfire through the wall? Yeah, you could. It would just die a lot slower than that. Sure. I'm gonna say about 600-700, I think. 547. So there. I've had runs that are 85 monster kills, so this was kind of slow. 127 for monster kills, 125 for sub bosses, and then the rest, right? The downstairs was 100. Could have been way worse. 547 isn't awful though. Considering I didn't like prioritize going and killing Wendy's like crazy. Lion's Head was locked. I didn't have any picks. I would have gotten another 20 points out of the Lion's Heads if I had brought lock picks with me. It was literally just proof of concept. Oh, I finally got that done. That's silly. Oh, dude, they're just teasing me, dude, with this Chris Dagger. 2 magic heal, 3 max health. Memory cap. The Warlock cries, dude. Is there a Warlock build I can look at? I mean, there's lots of different Warlock builds. So if I had held on to the purple helmet, I would have gotten slightly more AP than what I pulled. But I only would have been, it only would have been 4 more points. Because every other piece of gear that I had was blue. That was in my inventory, right? So... What do you think of the AP gain so far? I mean, like, that's fine. Like, 550, 600 AP a run on average. If you pull that, is fine. I wasn't even trying. I was far from trying to loot like the first floor. I literally was just chilling until I went downstairs. But like even at Exemplar 1, the buy-in cost is 150 AP. Right? So I got like, what was I, Neophyte 2? So I got like I'm going to say like 580 total minus the 25 or so like cost of entry. 590. So it's just about 600 AP. And I phoned it in. Right? And I'm not even running like amazing gear. Like, what is this? You know, like I have bullshit agility rings with no additional damage on them. I have like 31% magic power bonus. Like it's garbage. But I mean the buy-in cost at Exemplar 1 for the demigod rank, buy-in cost at Exemplar 1 for Frost is 150 AP, right? Oh, it wasn't even. Yeah, it was 5. All right, so I was 550. I got 547. So it was like 500 or 547, 550, something like that. So let's say 550. 550, but the buy-in for Exemplar 1 is 150 AP. So I mean, I'm netting 400 on a 3k AP grind. That isn't awful. 12 runs. And like I said, I wasn't even, like, you weren't even trying. Just waiting for the door to open, like killing random shit as you ran around, you know? Is Crypt not better if going for bosses? Yeah. I mean, if you can solo bosses and you figure you're going to be the only one down there, then yeah, for sure. Yeah. A little bit more overhead. You're at 220, what is it, 225 buy-in for Exemplar 1? Because that's really what you have to gauge is like, what is it going to cost on the upper end? So if you're constantly outperforming it, which is just both sets of red stairs, right? Like 2 sets of red stairs and a handful of mobs to get to the red stairs to begin with, you've paid for your entry fee. And then Inferno is just bread. And if you can kill the bosses, like the mini bosses and the boss, whatever the boss is, if you can reliably do that, you're probably getting like 1,000. So you're probably netting like, you know, 600. I would say, like you're probably netting like 600. But the run's also longer, right? Because you got to go down 2 sets of stairs. So it's like you net 600 on a 40-minute round trip, or you can net 400 on a 30-minute round trip or a 25-minute round trip, like whatever. So it depends on, you know, what you're doing like over time. I think it's going to end up being about the same. I'm excited about the patch if we get one this week. Yeah, I mean, I have concerns. I would be lying if I didn't. Because reading that makes me wonder. But like, I guess we'll have to see how it goes, man. Like, I'm not gonna be the person that looks at it on paper and goes like, oh fuck. But I do want to see what the PvP, because honestly, like it ends up being like a PvP oriented thing. Like anybody with hours knows how to kill an elite mob. Like you can kill a nightmare mob with gray longsword. It's just a matter of, on the PvP side, whether or not it's going to end up being any fun. I guess. That's the part that we don't know, right? Do treasure and normal mobs count toward AP? Yeah, now it does, yes. Yeah. You cook the player base if you aren't careful, but the people still playing hardcore anyway, so they'll stay. Depends on the state of the game is or isn't. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of people that left when they nerfed all the stat scaling the first time around. I mean, Mendo quit. when they took away like the +3 all, he was like, I'm out. So much random shit, dude. I don't even know why I have this liar in here. There was probably some, like, you know, there's probably some good kit, like, mixed in this shit. There's probably a good kid in here somewhere. You know? Oh, well. Yeah, it was Orgy, yeah. Yeah. Think you make the maps bigger with random generation? Oh, if they had, like... Yeah. If there was, like, some amount of procedural, like, putting the maps together. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm looking for a pick. +2 and +3 healing legendary spellbooks are under 500 gold, dude. Because so many people got these request rewards, they just threw them up on the market. It's so silly. Legendary recurve bows, so cheap. Everybody wants to run longbows for the headshot damage. Everybody's running everybody's running longbows for headshot damage, or they're running survival bows for the rapid fire with a bunch of like plus physical and plus damage for like the arrows on target or whatever. And it's kind of silly, I think. Guitar pick from Amir from like the super early 2000s, seeing them at House of Blues. Never heard anyone else playing Orgy on stream? Dude, that song fucks. It's a great cover. Yeah, dude, my playlist goes hard, man. I've been working this thing up for a long time. All right. Now see, he called me bullshitting, and now I missed the rotation again. Druid gear hella expensive. Oh, I believe that. Especially action speed. True. True. Especially action speed. Well, I guess I can put together something a little bit stronger. See if we can do a little bit more clear. Something a little bit faster. You still pretend. I should be doing quests, but I don't know. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Force yourself to remember. Boom, down, 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 down. The fuck did I get legendary Lightfoots? The fuck? I don't remember picking those up, dude. Oh, wait. Man, I don't think this is gonna be more. No, it's the same. Alright. Well, we'll go die to some fucking Ultra Chad. You know? Why not? Why not? Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. $50 strength action speed kits deplete my account, but I typically get the worth out of them. 50 strength action speed is insane. What brand of mixer do you use? Allen Heath, Gravewalker. It's an Allen Heath QU16. 30-second clip of the best thing I've ever recorded. Okay. I'll check it out. Chicken chart. Right, hang on, hang on.
Road down here. Bottom left. Get him! Let's go, charge, everybody. We'll get you. Charge! Get him, boys! Watch the troll! Oh god, the troll! I got it! Take a prisoner! Cox in, boys! Cox in! Hit him in the head!
That's amazing. That's amazing. Holy shit. Well done. Why are wolf pelts so expensive? They're used to make wolf hunter leggings and They're used in making like demon hide shit. Nine chickens. Cocks in, boys. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Would spell reflect work on Lich Orb? Don't know. Technically, the Lich Orb is blockable, but you still get hit by the splash. I got a 50 luck roll. My life is in shambles. Pain. Just pain, dude. Professional gamer, by the way. Absolutely, completely open center of the room. What are you casting that heals you? The curses. It's a torture mastery. It's a perk that warlocks get that heals you when you do damage with your curse spells. Oh, we do way more damage now. Way more. Wait, what's my power bonus? 50. Yeah, good mid kit. You bitch. Oh yeah, I got that undead damage talent. I forgot I'm running that perk. I was like, why did he hit me for so little? Oh. Oh, I don't even have my thing there. Oh, that shit crashed too. Hold, please. Hey, Katie, what's up? Thank you for the raid, my friend. I'm trying to be an AP gamer boy. Flamewalker gets better the more added you get for sure. One of those bad and base kit, nasty in gear. Yep. Wibbler killing time. I don't know if we're doing the Wibbler this time around. Been doing a bit of testing. Triple cloak chest. Yeah, seems sus, doesn't it? It was weird. Jack, go follow Katie, okay? She's good people. One of my good friends. We like her a lot. I didn't bring lockpicks again because I'm awful at video games, dude. This is, Chad, this is your daily reminder that warlocks are bullshit. Okay? Write that down, Chad. Warlocks are bullshit. He's mad at me. Sir? He's displeased. Mm-hmm. Oh! Iron Mace, why do you hate me? You hate me. SDFY. One giant toe. I think I still have a quest where I gotta hand those in, man. I don't know, it's been a minute. How much magic healing do you need for Torture Master to be effective these days? None. None. Because it's a base healing of 2. You don't really need any. Just run the base kit plus vampirism. The rest of it is really just cheddar. Like it scales at like a 10-to-1 ratio. So like for every 10 points of healing you get like 1 HP per tick. Man, my voice is shot today. But I mean, like, comfortability-wise, like, 8. Plus 8, somewhere around there. Spider. Daily reminder that warlocks are bullshit. They've been bullshit. They continue to be bullshit. They will always, always be bullshit. Under 5 magical healing make a difference at all? I mean, it makes a difference. Like, the healing numbers that get realized are all done with decimal points. But, like, your actual, like, HP readout is only in whole numbers, so you never really see it. Right? But, like, that's why sometimes it'll heal you for 1, and then all of a sudden you'll see a heal for 2. Oh yeah, we do damage. Feels good. Not a bad little kit. Actually, would rather not use that green bandage because it's worth 3 AP. Curse of Pain heals essentially 1 more health per magical healing. Kind of. Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, I mean... Close enough. Close enough. I guess that's a good way to look at it. More simplistic, more easier to understand that way, I guess. Bullshit. They call bullshit and shenanigans. Is it time to drop down yet? I've killed way more mobs this time around. Way more. Why Infernal Pledge? Only because, like, if I get hit by the undead mobs, it doesn't hurt. Right, if they catch me, hitting me for, like, way less damage, it adds up. Yeah, Fighter's probably the easiest and most straightforward class in the game. Probably the easiest to understand, too. What perk would you take instead of it if you had to? Depending on what I'm doing, Shadow Touch, Damage Reflect. Probably one of those two. Probably Damage Reflect. Or maybe, like, even Malice. Like, the 10% will ain't bad. It ends up working out to be, you know, a good few points of magic power bonus. Yeah, running an AP farm run. Something like a little bit more optimized, but I forgot lockpicks, so I'm out 2 chests so far. I'm out 30 AP already because there were 2 goldens. Warlock is probably, like, once you figure out how to play Warlock, it's probably the easiest AP grind in the game. Science Bros found the theoretical unlimited 0 ping internet is possible. Wait, really? Jesus. I don't even want to know the science behind that. I feel like it's gonna, like, ultra nerd out, and I'm gonna, like, have my mind blown, like, 3 separate times. This is why I say that Warlock and PvE is bullshit. Because you don't even have to do anything. You just run around in circles and they don't stop. They just keep chasing. Pretty sure that's it. Only bottleneck would be your SSD speed. That's wild. Alright, well, there's my exit. All cleaned out. Always pull him out, fight him, and learning. I mean, like, I can fight him, but it's so much faster to do it that way. Like, why would you bother? Beating him plenty of times heads up, it's just like... no point. Jesus Christ. Getting Matrix dodged by an imp. Punch the wall because I'm bad. Didn't know about that cheese? Yeah. Can I interest you in some cheese? Dude, how many capes is this? 5? I think we've seen 5 capes so far. What the hell? Also, how are harpies not mini-bosses? They fucking should be. Especially the nightmare ones. Like, they're such a pain in the ass. I guess their HP isn't high enough for them to really be considered mini-bosses. Ow. Basketball bouncer off the floor. Four. 8. No, wait. Yeah. 11. I'll take that. Another 5. He's gonna fall in. He's gonna warp up here. Where the fuck did he go? Wait, where did he go? Wait, what? Where did he go? He gone, dude. Yo, he just fucking quit. He's like, nah, fuck this shit, I'm out. He just left. Where the fuck did he go? He just said, like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Maybe he went on the other side of the wall? Can't open it. There's 45 AP I didn't get. Three modules in a single player. I mean, sometimes people just don't go downstairs, you know? It did seem like it was a little bit light, though. I'm not gonna lie. The lobby did seem a little light. Like, running around in the other modules, like, I mean, shit, dude. What, an hour ago, there was just fuck tons of people in there. I guess I could just use the shrine. 3 magical healing green book. 5 AP anyway, right? Beep beep on the Jeep. That guy's even easier cheese, I think. He might be the easiest cheese in the whole damn game. Cause he doesn't aim down. I don't understand. like just don't shoot in just straight lines, you know? Easy parry on his ice bolts. Oh, I didn't know you... Oh, I guess you can parry them. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh! I hate when they have the spider that spawns right there. It sucks. Oh, somebody was here. It's not an empty lobby. Somebody cleared that module out and killed the Wendy. I don't know where they ended up. Probably gone by now. That one's locked, right? Good thing someone killed that. You would have been in a shitty spot. I would have been. You're right. That's why I turned back for a second, because I was like, oh, if he spawned, I gotta, like, pull him back. So that way I can, like, run through him. Like, I was gonna have to, like, try and pull him back, like, 2 feet so that I could, like, walk around. But then he didn't stand up, and I was like... I did hit the Hell Shrine, yeah. I just want to look at the dragon. Oh, somebody made an attempt. Somebody made an attempt and they did not make it. Somebody was trying to fight Wibbin. The Wibbler is out and still alive. AP, yeah. 620, there you go. 75 monster kills, 201. Sub boss 150. 39 for prop interaction. 114 item achieve. Yeah. Fucking end boss. I see you in my lobby liking poop. Yo, there's some weirdos in my fucking DMs, man. Some weird ass people. Kill Frost and no night sounds. New musical revelation. Two decks, one additional physical ain't gonna be worth shit. These stack? No. With their own philosophies. Everyday people like you and me. Interact with 10 oak chests. In one session. I am exemplar now. Nice, dude. What are use the ice feather? I thought it was for a quest. Grab lockpicks? Yeah. Yeah, so that would have been... Because I was out another, what, 45 AP? Give or take, like, loot time and, like, killing mobs and shit. Plus, like, the treasure that would have been in it. Yeah, it's probably about 45 net. So I should have been around, like, 670-ish, I would say. Almost 700. Which ain't bad. Ain't bad. Invis pots with blow of corruption. Cave swamp for 10 oak chests. Go to cave swamp. Oh, you mean... Yeah, I can't go to ruins. It has to be 10 on ice cavern in one run. It's got to be frost cavern. When the entrails used for something? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so yet. I think they're just like treasure now, or at the moment. Yeah, if I wasn't going to run this, I would probably run like Malice or Shadow Touch. Dark Reflection, something like that. Probably Dark... Either I would say it's either going to be Dark Reflection, Malice, or Curse Mastery for like the extra heal over time. Probably would be it. Cave Swamp is Frost Cavern with the Kobolds and a giant shielder in the middle with Lion's Head. Oh, okay. Yeah. Got what you mean. Right, because it used to be all fog. And they took the fog out. I think it was causing people frame drops. Shielder and Lion's Head. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, it's the, you mean the horseshoe room. Is that the one you're talking about? The horseshoe room? With the lion's head in the middle and the bat on the ceiling? Spectre Knight lags? A little bit. Yeah. For the AP, is it per dungeon or combined? You mean like, if you... No. It's combined, like you go downstairs. Yeah, it adds up from the moment you zone in until you extract. It's how much AP you generate the whole time. If you had Demigod and D rank, do you keep it? No. It's the rank that you hold at the time that the leaderboard closes. Oh, yeah, all the oak chests around the outside edge. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's based on team size, not map. Yeah. It's solo and duo and then trio, depending on like what you run. AP farm to demigod and then go back to sub 25s. Yeah. Or like play in a different team size. You get relegated to have to run like duo lobbies in HR for the rest of the season or something. And it's really funny too because like the method is to achieve demigod and then just don't play leaderboard, or like don't play HR again until the season's closed, which kind of sucks. But other than the guys that are like trying to like stay number one, right? If you look at like the HR leaderboard, let's say for like Warlock, see like this guy's 26k, right? But then like third place is 21,732, right? 21. Like guys get 21k and then they quit. Isn't that funny? Like that's it. So like the thing that separates third from 23rd is literally like a handful of points. It's one run. 732 versus 22. It's one run. Like one extra run as a demigod is the difference between 3rd and 23rd. How'd you feel about picking your own map, but when you press start, you have to wait in lobby until the map of your session is full? Yeah, I mean, like, once you reach the minimum threshold, it would start. Doesn't have to be, like, full, but it has to be populated somewhat. Yeah, I mean, like, either way is fine. It's just, like, I think people have gotten so used to not having to wait, except for, like, a couple of minutes for their lobby to start, that they get, like, they got used to it, and then they just inherently bitch. But they're going to complain about anything. So, you know, whatever. I don't know. Really don't like the 225 minimum. Do you know why they made it that number and they might never reduce it to like 125? They made it that way because the guys that end up ratting in the dungeon got to like have some type of monetary investment in order to be able to rat. Instead of going in like essentially naked and being able to like loot corpses, like running around like rats and just like, you know, picking other people's dead bodies. Half of those pieces of shit end up running walls just to like run after and like loot all the dead bodies anyway. It's uncanny how like they tend to be able to find you, you know? Queuing random and team killing? No, because it doesn't generate AP killing team members. I don't think so. I think like if he is queuing with teammates, they're probably just downvoting them because he's playing with like the same people and he's asking them to downvote him. That's what I did. Yeah, their gear goes back no matter what, right? Like even if you left with it, it goes back to them, so. But you don't get any AP for team killing. Stop it. Toe. Let's repose his streamer item. The Ratos. Bastard. I hope that was at me and not someone else. Oh, it wasn't me. Good. I don't want to run back through them because the aura will fuck me up. Wow. God damn it. I really hate these guys. They're the actual worst. The aura sucks. Let's go to magical healing kits. I heard that after TM buff, you only need like 8 or 9 for it to be viable. How much do you typically aim for? You don't really need any magic healing anymore. The base 2 is really good. Yo, Delta. Thank you for the 26, dude. 26 months of tier 3, you maniac. Oh, content deleted. So, dude, I missed you. Thank you for the 2 months of tier 1. White Ice, thank you for the 2 months as well, dude. Sorry if I missed you guys. We were getting distracted. Frozen Stinky, yeah. I got 1 oak. There's another one. There's a map now. There is. Indeed. Yeah, so that whole, like, handle holder's only worth 3 AP. Which is why I didn't grab it. It's just, like, not worth it. There's 3. Oh yeah, this room's money. They actually tagged me with that twice. Shit. Beautiful juke on the Bowman. I call that sidestepping. I hit the A key. Absolutely shreked. How do you do it? Well, using my left ring finger. Bat's still not dead. Nightmare bat. Oh, I'm dead. Ow. I'm dead. I like those red ones, because they all have like slightly different like makeup artwork, you know? There's like a bunch of like variants. I like that one, because I like the dark red with the white face paint contrast. Looks really cool. I dig that one. All right, 1 oak. So that's what, 4, 5. Six. I had to get 10, right? 7. Jesus. It's a pain in the ass. 8. And there's 9, 10 right there. Druid raccoon form pickpockets the ability profit. I want him to do the gorilla form at some point. I think that would be sick. All right, one more just for good luck. Oh, Oh, there's a diamond in there. Yep, there's 10. Alright, good. Wait, does it say I have to survive? Must escape. That's so annoying. Why? Trying to get AP. Does disarming traps give AP? It used to give, like, what, 2 points before, right? Trap disarms. So, I mean, yeah. It does. You have to disarm a fuck ton of traps, though. Killed HR Ghost King with a torch? Did you really? That's sick. Good for you, man. That's actually, that's fucking awesome. Good for you. Ow. Oh, they've been chasing me. They're all mad. Oh, bullshit. You're bullshit. God damn it. Stop it. I saw it coming too. I keep thinking I got the reach advantage, but nope. The ragdolling on the harpy's ridiculous. It's always ridiculous. Yeah, you can cheese him. Yeah, I think he's just, I don't know, I've always found him to be easier just, like, doing the mechanic for him. I have a feeling that dude went down. Punch the wall. Pardon me. Somebody's still up there. Minute and a half left. Anything here that doesn't? It's such a pain. Well, I guess I'll do the quest item. Like, the expressman is good for, like, getting stuff out, but, like, you know, nothing counts for AP if you use him, so. How do you dodge him? So, like, every time that he attacks you when he's close, it's always, like, it's always a low swipe that comes across like this, and then it's a high swipe that he has that comes across this way. So it's like a low swing off of his left hand, and then a high swing from his right hand. And he circles around, you know, to the side. So when he does the low swing, you just jump, crouch, and he swings under your feet. And then you hit him in the back while he does the follow-up swing, and then you back up a couple of steps and wait for him to do it again. That's it. Expressman doesn't count for AP. Nope. Never did. The fuck am I? Oh. The shittiest spawn in the whole fucking map. The fuck did I... What? How? Wait, what? Where? What? I'm so confused. I was like, isn't that too high? We never did find him from the last run. He just poofed. Mobs become a solid object after death. But they don't plink like that, though. They go like, and you like hit through them. They don't like turn to stone and like shit bounces off of them. I swear, the only thing those guys ever drop is daggers. Oh, wrong side. Three, or 4, 7, 9, 13. Got them both. Easy, dude. Ambo giant centipede. Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. I thought I hit the chain like above her head, and I was like, how the fuck? was like, there's no way. Oh, well, that's utility. That counts. Goblin skin will be the skin for the cosmetic quest. It's possible. Spider. Got fucked by the nightmare spider. You son of a bitch. How dare you? How dare you, sir? I think I pulled this guy out of the corner already. Yeah. It's stupid how fast this room clears. It really is. Goblin skin to be the skin for the cosmetic quest this season. Headshots. I mean, it would, because of the small form factor, it would definitely have to have some kind of like larger penalty because it would be a much smaller target to hit. Otherwise, it automatically becomes best in slot. Yo, boss, what up, man? Calling it a night, dude. Look at me when I'm talking to you, sir. You killed a bunch of this lobby, then fell into the abyss? Wait, did you really? No. No. That's some bullshit. No, dude. No. Lantern? The fuck? Legendary lantern. Lanterns are considered weapons. So I guess that's gonna be 12 points. Because it's 4 per. Wait, for real, dude? Damn. I haven't seen hardly anybody. Wait. On floor 1 lay 3 dead men. Damn. Fell into the abyss though, that sucks. Thanks for the raid, brother. Jack, go follow N boss. Top tier cleric gameplay, man. Been getting rushed a lot. Run jank kits. Yeah, I've been just running like piss, man. I want to say like this is the first kit that I've ran in a while that actually has like any value in it. Like at all. And it's not even that much. I mean, you're talking like maybe 2k. Maybe. Lost no 1v1s. Sick, dude. That's awesome. Lost my 1v1 with the Abyss, but I'll be back. Nice. Quiet you. And lost my 1v1 with the Abyss. Oh, we got them both. Wide foot, got both of them. I don't have enough time to kill the demon, I don't think. I mean, I kill him. He's not hard, but... I think we just hit the 3 portals and scoot. I already used this once, right? Might as well open this. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to give a skin this season. I'm sure they will. That's technically worth more. $650, maybe. 646. Minus 25. So 675. Give or take. New rules doesn't mean you can't see someone and hands up emote, choose not to fight them. No, no, no. You don't have to kill everyone you see. The rule is you can't help anyone you see. That's the rule. You can't help them. You can be nice and say hello, but you can't help them. Basically, like, everyone in the dungeon has to hold their own dick and they have to fight their own battles. Can't help anybody. Those actually aren't bad. How did third parties work then? That's so odd. I mean, third partying a fight, if you're fighting both of them, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you can wait, but you can be a dick, wait for the other 2 people to fight, and then third party the fuck out of them. Like, fight them both. Who cares? I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to tell. Right, like you can tell the difference between 2 people that are working together and a guy that decides to kill one of the 2 of you and then like is maimed or whatever and runs away. You know, big difference. If they're standing next to each other like looting your body, like you know it was teaming, right? Like, that being said, just because I understand it doesn't mean that I agree, right? How's MH Warlock after buff? I mean, they just reverted it to what it was before. They nerfed it, so, you know, it's more of the same. It feels fine. I wasn't even stacking Magic Heal before. It just, like, you know, it feels more comfortable than it did before, that's all. Honestly, like, I'm glad that they started giving, like, a little bit of AP value for treasure again. And for, like, wearables. I mean, the wearables AP was there before. Doesn't matter. Like, that's still the same as it was before. That's unchanged. But, like, the AP for the chest opening and stuff, it just, like, the way that they did it, it feels, like, counterintuitive. Like, okay, so... how can I put this? Like, this, a blue bangle, this, and a blue bangle. These 3 items. Hold on. Let me do this. I'll prep this in a little different way. This is so silly. Hold on. Just throw all this shit in here. Okay, so here's how the new AP system, like the way that they fleshed it out, works. Okay, let's just say that like I have a blue bangle, right? Because I already sold it, but let's just say I have a blue bangle. Right? Actually, here. There's that. I don't think I have any bangles chilling. Oh, there's this too. All right, hold on. This is good. Okay. Each individual item here is worth the same amount of AP. This. Each one of these individually is worth the same amount of AP. All of them. So, like, this golden tooth is worth the same as this, which is worth the same as this, which is worth the same as this, same as this. Because they're all utility items. So it's all based on rarity, and treasure has the same AP value per piece that like a blue utility item would have. So if it were a single, like, blue bangle, it would be worth the same as all of these, which is worth the same as a protection potion as long as it's blue, or a blue potion of healing. This is worth 1 point more than each one of these. This is worth 1 point more than each one of these. This is worth 9 points. 9 points. Each one of these is worth 4. So these 3 items are worth more AP than this sword. Because cumulatively these are 12 and this is 9. These 2 items are worth 1 point less than this one. This whole item. So it's kind of silly. Like, it's kind of funny, like, how they broke it out. Which is why, like, when I saw the purple lantern, okay, or the legendary lantern, so, like, this versus, like, so, like, this is worth, hold on, it's, green is 2, blue is 3, purple's 4, no, blue is 2, yeah, blue is 2, purple is 3, yeah, so this is worth 12. So I was, like, calculating in my head, like, all right, I have, you know, this, and, or, like, this and, like, 2 of these, and I'm going, like, all right, which one's worth more? Or, like, one of these was green or something. And I was like, all right, well, technically this is worth more, so I, like, threw some other shit on the ground. Because this was technically worth more than, like, a handful of, like, treasure pieces I had. It just, like, it feels weird. Yeah, so, like, basically the priority would be single treasure or single slot utility items. Or, like, single slot, like boss, or, like quest items. Right? Like hunter loot items, whatever the fuck they're called. Yeah, so this is 4 per slot, so this would be 16. Uniques are 5 per slot. Yeah, no, this is 9. This is 16. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's 4 per slot, so this is 16. This is 9. But, like, each one of these is worth 5, right? So, like, if it was this, if you had 2 purple items and then 2, like, blue single slot items, this is 18, right? Because this is 5, 10, 14, 18. Because purple plus is 5 each. So this is 18, this is 16. So this is worth less than these 4 items. Even though this is a fucking bandage. AP-wise. So basically, like, rule of thumb would be prioritize single slot items or items that you can make a single slot. So, like, this, single slot, right? Single slot, right? So anything that will fit on your belt that can be condensed into a single square would be prioritized as well. Yeah, single slot, rare treasure, monster quest loot would be ideal. If you could, like, even if it's white items, right? Like white treasure per square is still worth 2 points, right? So if you had a mix between like white and green, like 2 green, 2 white would be 10 points, right? Right? 3, 6, 9, or 3, 6, 10, 8, 12. Yeah, or 8, 10. So, if you had that versus, like, I don't know, like a fucking 4 slot treasure item blue, like, it's worth way more. Or like a scroll or something. Like, basically, if you loot a scroll, just throw that shit on the ground. Unless you need it for, like, a quest. Like, this is inherently fucking worthless. For AP. Because, like, this is worth 4 points altogether. Right? And it can't go on your belt. So you'd be better off just having, like, 2 white items and nothing else would be the same equivalent value. It wouldn't be worth taking. Yeah, so, like, for AP, picking up, like, blue pots and bandages and shit is, like, really good. Right. So like if you wanted money, right, like first floor, second floor, take anything like this and just give it to Expressman and have him take it out for money. Right? And then work on filling up the rest of your inventory with stuff that has like a higher per slot value. Right? So like this is going to be worth more than this because this is 4 and this is 9. Right? So like you would drop this and put this in and like get the and like have 1 extra slot. See what I mean? Like big treasure bad, basically, for AP. So the stacks give AP for every item now. It was broke before. Now you don't have to unstack them. It will give you AP for the stacks now. They finally fixed it midway through last season or something. If you keep mob player kill AP on death, people will be more willing to fight. Yeah, maybe. Well, no, it's not every blue weapon is worth 9. It's blues, so like it's white is 1 per square, green is 2, blue is 3, purple is 4, legendary plus is 5. Wait, no. Hold on. I'm confusing myself now. I think blues are 2. I think white is 1. I think green is 1. I think it's 2, 3, 4. And then unique is 5. I think. I gotta double check. I know that unique is 5. It's been a minute since I checked the stuff though. So the way that, yeah, it's per square. So like this is I think it's 3. I think it's 3 per. So like this would be 15. Right? And then but this would be 16. See what I mean? Cuz this is 4 per and this is 3 per. And but yeah, blues are 2. Sorry. So I think white is 1 and green is 1, and then I think blue 2, purple's 3, legendary's 4, unique is 5, like per square. That's right. So this would be 15, but because this is legendary and it's 4 per, this would be 16. So it's way more worth it to have like this and like, I don't know, a fucking legendary helmet or something in the slot next to it and save 2 squares and throw this in the void. No, categorically. So it's categorical. This is a weapon. This is a weapon. This is treasure. This is a utility item. Okay, they're all different categories. So like this being a weapon is 2 per square. So this is worth 6. Actually, yeah, so sorry. This is worth 6, not 9. I fucked up. This is worth 6. So this is the equivalent of 3 single square white pieces of treasure. Because each white piece of treasure is worth 2. So treasure is a different category. Treasure gets an item achievement bonus based on the rarity of the entire piece of treasure. Same thing with utility items. It's based on the rarity of the entire item. So like an instrument is a utility item. See how it says utility in the slot type? In the tooltip? And so is a pickaxe. Even though it has damage, it's considered a slot type utility. So this and jewelry, like this Phoenix Choker, or like this Torque, are all the same category of AP and item achieve AP. It's just based on rarity. That's how much AP value you get for it. So this is worth, what did I say, 1? This is worth 3, right? 3? Yes. No. Purple plus is 5. This is worth 4. Sorry. So greens are 3, white is 2, gray is 1. Blue is 4, purple plus is 5. So this is 3, this is 4 whole points by itself. 4 points. This is also 4 points. This is also 4 points. This is 5 points because it's purple. So it would be much better to have 4 purple bandages than 1 gold crown. So weapons are more worth overall. No. No. Because, like, let's say that I had 4, or let's say that I had this and 2 single blue diamonds. Right? Like I had 2 blue diamonds or another gem, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is 4, then 8, then 12. This is 6. So 4 blue pieces of like single slot treasure or necklaces or rings or whatever. 3 pieces of that, taking up 3 squares of that, are going to be worth way more than a 6 AP sword. See what I mean? So single slot treasure, necklaces, potions, bandages are going to be worth the most. And then anything else that could be placed in a single square. So like the loot goes in the belt. So that's basically free 4 points. This goes on the belt. Another 4 points. Gold has no value. Gold coins are worthless. So is silver. It's always been worthless since the first season. They're not going to give AP info in the hover box. There's no way that they put that in the tooltip. But that's okay, because it means that I get to make an AP guide video, and then AP guide video updates, and you guys give me views, and then I end up making money. So I'm fine with it. I'm completely selfish. Oh yeah, amount of gold is different. Yeah, gold sale value is a completely different thing. That's still per slot value on gold sale value. Yeah. If you want to see like value, like the value of selling them to a vendor never changed. So like if you're looking at gold resale to a vendor, just go to the wiki and like look at the table. It'll tell you how much each thing is worth. But we're just talking AP. Wouldn't the halberd be 30 because it's 10 slots? No. No, because weapons and wearables have different AP values than how treasure and stuff is calculated. So like this is 2 per square. This is 3 per square because it's a weapon. So this is 15 because it's 5 times 3. Or sorry, 30. 10 times 3. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't math. I'm a moron. Don't mind me. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so this would be 30. Right. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. I'm thinking it's 5, like 5 squares long times 3 AP, not fucking 2 by 5 because I'm a idiot. Yeah, so this is 30. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Should you unstack stackable treasure? You don't have to anymore. It counts. It still it counts stacks now. It didn't used to, but it does now. It did like midway through last season. They fixed it. And they, you know, what's funny is they didn't even know that's how it was working. I did a Q&A, one of the, like, what is, like 3 Q&As ago, when Terry was on and we were talking about the patch and everything. He goes, I watched your AP guide video. I didn't even know that you would pull them apart for the extra AP. I didn't know that that's how that worked. Which makes sense because Terry's not like, he's not part of the team that's designing the math, you know? Like he's more on like the modeling and design side. You know? So it was funny. Like they didn't even know. Blue bandages, so like highest per slot is like it's not blue, it's highest quality single slot utility or treasure item. Or like monster drop. Right? Like hunter loot, whatever they call it. Well, treasure doesn't stack. There isn't any stackable treasure. 3 purple pots in a stack is worth... No. 3 purple pots in a stack would be worth 15. Because it's 5... It's... wearables. All right, hold on. I feel like I'm losing you. Hold on. Okay, so this is weapons, armor, not jewelry. Okay? Weapons, armor, not jewelry. That's this scale, okay? Utility, jewelry, treasure. Okay? Regardless of space taken up. Okay? Okay, so this is per square. Right? Regardless of space taken up. Okay, it doesn't matter how many squares it covers. Okay, utility, jewelry, treasure. Right? Gray 1, white 2, green 3, blue 4, purple plus is 5. That's how it works. Okay? That's the scale. Separate scales. Gold teeth are not treasure. Gold teeth are hunter loot. It's not considered treasure. It actually doesn't have a category. See, it says slot type invalid. And it says loot state looted, but it's not considered treasure. It's like hunter loot. This is invalid too, but this is like treasure category. This isn't treasure category. Yeah, there's purple potions. Yeah. They're pretty rare. You don't typically see them. Hunter loot is the same thing. Utility dread treasure, sorry, haunted loot. There you go. Monster loot. Yeah, I guess like monster parts. There. Monster parts. It's like bat wings and, you know, wolf testicles and shit. I don't know. But this is the breakdown right here. So they're different scales. Are you streaming elsewhere? I'm on like 3 platforms. Yeah. I'm seeing people's chat messages that aren't on Twitch. Yeah. That's true. You do. Mm-hmm. Stacks of purple pots are god level per slot. Right, but it has to be found, obviously, right? Like, you gotta, like, loot them. They have to be considered looted. If it's not looted, it doesn't count for anything. So, like, if you're finding stats of purple pots in, like, single runs, then cool. Yeah, you're probably seeing Twitch and YouTube at the same time. 3 golden teeth, 4 points, or 12 when stacked. 3 golden teeth would be 12. Because they fixed the stack thing last season. They fixed the stack thing, so it should count. Yeah, it's just kind of silly. It's kind of silly that, like, these 2 items are worth 1 point less than, or these 2 items are worth 2 points more than this falchion. And, like, this, and a shitty gray chalice is worth the same amount as this falchion. Right, like this and a found in raid gray potion of healing is worth more than this falchion. Well, the same amount as this falchion. I think it's just 1 per chest, unless it's like the big chests. I'm pretty sure it's only 1. Like anything other than a big chest, I think it's just 1 point. I have to double check, but I think it's just 1 point. Pick up weapons armor is fine, but worth 1 step less than 1 step rarity lower treasure, as long as that treasure is only 1 square. Yeah, like, if you find this in a green, like one green item, so like, because this is worth 6, right? Like blue, like this Vihander is worth 8, right? So this and this, oops, this and this are worth 1 point more than this Vihander. Because this is 5, 9. This is 8. See what I mean? Do you want to laugh? Sure. Player kill AP is based on rank. I did an AP guide video. I don't know if I still have the screen cap. Hold on. I might. That's cat bear damage. Hold on. I think I still have it. It's based on the delta, like the difference between 2 players' ranks. Hold on, man. I got you. Give me 1 second. I'll show you the grid. Somebody on the Wiki Bros Discord ended up making like a nice like infographic like graph. There you go. So depending on like what rank you are, right? So this is the player's rank, and then this is the person that died. Okay? If I'm a neophyte, okay? If I'm a neophyte, right? And I kill somebody that's a neophyte, then I get 99 AP. If I'm a neophyte and I kill somebody that's Voyager, I get 158. If I'm a neophyte and I kill a demigod, I get 188. But if I'm a demigod and I kill a neophyte, I get 10. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on like the difference in rank, and like if you're fighting somebody that's higher rank than you or lower rank than you. If you're the same rank, right? If you're both Pathfinder, then you get 100 AP. 100 AP if you're the same rank, and then it varies depending on like. AP is much easier to obtain now than it was before the patch. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's way easier to get. It's just like thinking through the prioritizing of it if you're trying to min-max is like, it doesn't feel intuitive. What is this? What is this, boss? Solar?
I want to hit you. I looked away. I got scared I was going to kill my friend.
I'm a sanctuary right here.
Hey, you guys are some fucking losers. I hope you guys know that. And Monster.
Oh, that looked like it hurt. Keep playing it. Sinking. Keep playing it.
Hold on.
Sinking.
Hold on. First of all, it's arena. They're fighting in arena, right? It's like round 3 of arena. Nobody's going to lose any gear. Unless these guys bought it. Maybe they could be a couple of card swipers.
I got scared I was going to kill my friend.
I'm a sanctuary right here.
Hey, you guys are some fucking losers.
You guys are some fucking losers, bro.
You guys know that.
He goes, end boss, and then Solar claps him in the side of the face with a Warmaul. And he comes to a skidding halt at end boss's toes.
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Oh, that's so good.
Dude, I can't wait to see that one in a video. That one was pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The notepad? Yeah, there you go. He wanted to, oh, I'm sure he was about to say something very wholesome. He was about to be like, N boss, you're my favorite streamer. And he went, N boss, you're a, and then. He was going to be like, you are a drop dead, gorgeous man. And I can't wait to sub your channel with a tier 3. That's what he was going to say. That's what he was going to say. You're a gentleman and a scholar, and then kisses your feet. Yeah, that was it. I love that he singled you out. He's like, N-Boss Yora. And it wasn't Solar. It wasn't Solar that was beating the brakes off of everybody, I'm sure. I'd love to know how you would love AP to be handed out. I actually don't mind the AP system the way that it is even now. It's repetitive and it's relatively cumbersome, but it feels like a near impossibility to have this graduated system based on point values of like loot and extraction rates and, you know, killing mini bosses and that kind of stuff. Like, you're rewarding people for like doing the adventuring and doing it rather well, right? But at the same time, it doesn't like leaderboard ends up invoking a thought of like some amount of competitiveness, but the leaderboard isn't competitive in the traditional sense of like rewarding people for consistently playing well. It just rewards people that have time to grind effectively, and it more or less rewards people for like avoiding PvP, even though PvP has some amount of like AP value to it. You're not like incentivized to PvP because you don't really know what your opponent has or how capable they are. So rather than take the risk, it is a much less risky endeavor to fight through the PvE side of it to get the AP that you need to be able to, like, you know, get it done. Because you can predict the movements and you know the spawns and you know the move sets and, you know what I mean? Like, the unpredictability of PvP makes you, like, have a tendency to shy away from it if the idea is to just get it done in as short of amount of time as possible. You would kind of avoid that, right? Because the idea is to, like, mount up a certain number of points, not to consistently play well so that you, like, are somewhere on that ladder. It's like they're trying to, like, combine competitiveness and just, like, grind style shit, and it doesn't fit. Like, I think the two kind of need to be separated, which is what Arena would do. And, like the leaderboard feels more like a battle pass. You know? I'm glad that there are points for PvP, but it, like, neither one of them is incentivized in the sense of, like, you're going to find who the best players are. More so than finding just the people that are consistently decent and just have a lot of time. You know, like the best ranger in the world playing for 3 hours a day is likely not going to be in the top 10 when you have somebody that's above average but can play for 8 hours a day. You see what I'm saying? Because even though they end up taking a bunch of L's, like, the W's end up mounting up to be, like, more points than what the best ranger in the world is going to generate. Whereas, like, if it was, you know, if it's like an ELO system like you see in League, right, as long as they play so many games a week or whatever, they maintain their rank or, like, raise in rank or whatever. You know what I mean? So they're kind of, like, at a head, like, they're kind of at arms with each other. No, 600's good. 600's good, Utero. Because, like, if you look at, like, the buy-in to get into the dungeon, it's only 150 points at Exemplar 1. So you're netting 350 points at 600, right? That's 8 or 9 runs. If you did 8 or 9 runs in a row, you would be demigod between Exemplar 1 and Demi. So that's still good. I agree that we have too few players. I'm just talking about, like, the flaws in the system. I get that there's too few players, and, like, that's a whole other issue. I'm just talking about, like, the system as it stands, like, in and of itself, like, it just doesn't work. And I think that's why people get, like, disenfranchised with it. But at least now, even though these values aren't that much, right? Like, it's not like you got to get, what, 36,000 or whatever points this time around. Like, you have to get significantly less. And the breakpoints between levels are significantly less. So it's a little bit more of the same, but, like, the punishment for dying isn't as bad. You net significantly more on, like, the victory side if you play well. So, like, the grind to get demigod is a lot shorter. delete all PvE points and focus on PvP points to 500 for wipe lobby and leave from first floor, you would see 80% of the player base quit. Because most people aren't... most people playing this game right now, I don't think are all that experienced. I think they're at like like the 500 to 1,000 like hour level, and they kind of sort of know what they're doing, but they're still trying to learn like mini boss movesets and like boss movesets. You know what I mean? I don't think that they're there yet. You have some guys that are like hardcore into it, but I just don't think that they have enough experience for it yet. That's all. I think most of the players in this game would probably quit. Like there would be some PvP hardcores left, but I think if you're only rewarding PvP, when you can't control like the population of a lobby, you can't control where they spawn, you can't control who the aggressor is going to be. By the time that you end up getting to the PvP fight, they could all be dead. You incentivize people to like use walls and spawn rush. Like if you want to talk about cheating. And like when everything else is meaningless, I don't know if that's the answer. Yeah, I know, Pickle, I know. Like it's I think I have nodes on my vocal cords. And because I do this for a living and I talk all day long, I'm not helping things. I'm starting to sound like cotton. I'm one of the guys that will quit. Yeah. PvE is about killing mobs with predictable AI. Cheesing mobs and killing players who can kill you. It's different. I mean, I get the idea of a competitive leaderboard being around, like, wanting to know who's the best at the video game. But the video game isn't just a PvP arena. You know what I'm saying? Like, mobs definitely come into play, especially when people are using those mobs as part of the fight, because there are people that train mobs and use the AI to their advantage, because they can manipulate, like, pathing and aggro and, like, all that stuff and fuck with people. You know what I mean? So, it's got to be part of it. How many hardcore communities have survived the drop-off of new players coming in, and then the veterans are getting far ahead? It's less inviting. Right. Which is the problem that SDF has identified, which is why he's writing, you know, the short stories that he has lately in Discord about it. Because, all of the changes that he's trying to make right now, I guarantee you, and this isn't a conversation I've had with him, but I guarantee you all of the changes that he's making right now are in response to the fact that he sees that, like, new players are getting frustrated, and people that are coming in new are, like, getting shit on and then checking out. And he's probably working on, like, retention. Is probably, like, his biggest thing right now, is working on retention. Now, whatever solutions he's trying to come up with, whether or not they actually work, I haven't got a fucking clue. I mean, we'll check him out, right? Because he's stage one of whatever his master plan is coming this week. I don't think he's focusing on stuff that would actually help. I mean, it depends. And I realize, like, there's that whole, like, catering to, like, casual players and, you know, that whole argument. And, like, you know, catering to Timmies and, you know, there's a hardcore game. They should just nut up or shut up. You know, like, I get all that, like, pounding chest bravado shit. Man, my voice is shot. Hold on. Like, I get the idea of, like, not wanting to cater to that. Because, like, the hardcores are going to be like, you're making the game for pussies. Yeah, like, well, god damn it, just bootstrap. You know, like, I get all that. But there's something to be said about, like, getting somebody in and, like, wanting them onboarded so that they become a Chad that you want to fight against. And we don't have enough players. We don't have enough players to, like, segregate out the Timmies on Love Island and, like, you know what I mean? But I think what he's trying to do is make it so that new players have a lot more survivability than they used to, and gives them the means by which to escape a shitty PvP encounter where they're like, fuck, I don't want to die. However the fuck he plans on doing that, I don't know. As opposed to just having like every Timmy that has no clue what they're doing get steamrolled. You know? Like, not that I'm a Timmy, but like, perfect example would be like chilling in a dungeon, sitting like cross-legged on top of a lion's head, like on top of a pillar, watching two people fight, watching the guy leave the room, get pushed back into the room by a couple of skeletons, and then he starts like coming up to where I was because he finally saw me after 10 fucking minutes. I'm like, hey man, what's up? And he just starts stabbing me in the face, right? Like, if you're a brand new person and you had just barely made it to that point and you see some guy just fucking W key at you and starts stabbing you in the face, no words, nothing, just kills you. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get that it's a PvP game, but like, you got to wonder, like, dude doesn't even want to talk to you. He's just going to be like that. You know, it's kind of like, that's part of the game. Don't get me wrong. Welcome to Dark and Darker. I get it. But like, somebody with less constitution would probably go like, I don't know if I want to play this anymore. Like, people are just being like really shitty, you know. What maybe they're misguided and like it's an unfounded opinion or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. He said he wants to shorten. He said he thinks at high gear TTK is fine. He thinks in whites TTK is too long, which I disagree with. I think TTK in whites is fine. I actually like PvP in whites. I think it's fine. Like, barbs may be a little bit overkill because they can one-shot somebody in the face by just, like, with one hit. With a two-hander, but... Hands on sight, yeah. I kind of like the banner. I like walking around and talking to people. Pre-game lobby was funny, but it got malicious. And it, you know, again, this is one of those changes that, like... They modify things based on like they take away stuff that was or could have been engaging and interesting because like shitty people exploit that kind of stuff in order to like find targets or like team up, you know, because gamers gonna be gamers. Make arena leaderboard and turn Normal's HR into a battle pass grind for cosmetics and gear. That's what I'm thinking. That's probably what I would do. Or have like, even just have like specific, like achievement related stuff for each one. You know, like trials in D2. You know. I know people drew in chicken in every pregame lobby. I mean, they're already running on the weekends. Might as well be trials. Start like the Dark and Darker trials carries. You know? 50 hours in the game, I had some cool encounters with other guys, but it's rare. Sub 50 hour lobbies, new guys can do their thing and learn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think like... Unfortunately, because of the size of the player base, I don't think that, like, having more lobbies is going to end up being the answer. Because what will happen is, because it's a free-to-play game, you will have dudes that will smurf on purpose, and they will make sub-50-hour fucking tunes, and then they will go steamroll the people in the sub-50-hour lobbies. You will watch it happen. Like, there's always something. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's necessarily the answer. First contact points any new player has with the game, in-game tutorial. Oh, yeah. But we've talked at length with them about, like, tutorial systems and, like, people would be willing to, like, help them and do that shit for nothing. You know, like, content creators like myself or Ryan or So Bad, N-Boss. Like, those guys, like, all of us, there's a bunch more, Lore especially, we'd all be willing to volunteer to, like, you know, grab a topic and, like, make an instructional guide on it, no problem. And we wouldn't, like, and knowing those guys and myself, like, I don't think any of us would expect to have that stuff on, like, our YouTube channels. We would make them so that, like, Iron Mace could just put them on their own YouTube, and then they could embed the video like right in the game. Just, you know, just put an in-game like in-game like HTML fucking video player like web browser window. They can easily build like a Chrome window like right into the game. It wouldn't even be a problem. You know, like a lot of us would volunteer that because we want to see the game succeed and we want to see the community grow. But again, like they have to put people on it. And you also have to remember like a lot of the stuff that they had planned on having in the game by now ended up getting like delayed because SDF couldn't be in the office to manage it because they've been fighting this court case. And now everything's wrapped. And in like 10 days, we will know what the verdict is. But at least now they're back to work, right? So the progress that they've been trying to make should end up like, you know, speeding along a little bit more than what it had been doing. Or at the very least, we should see like some more fleshed out, I guess, like patches. Now that like he can actually be in the office and focus on it and doesn't have to split his time between like working on the game and talking to lawyers. You know, because like he's the creative mind behind the game. If he's not in the office, it's going to be kind of hard to like get shit done. Quiver? Yeah, no, I hear you. Thank you for everything you did and do for the D&D community. Well, I mean, there wouldn't be one if it wasn't for y'all. It ain't me. Like I'm, you know, I just make content about the game. I try to be like educational and informative. Like that's all I want to do. You don't really know Weekend, so like I read an article, like the last article that got put out was by the same author that always writes them from the one Korean like gaming blog website. And he basically outlined like the 3 major issues that that Dark and Darker has versus Nexon, like what the hot button issues are. And it was like source code, like assets, like the source code assets, and then like timeline of like SDF leaving the company and like going starting Iron Mace and you know the deleting of the server's files and like all that shit. So I don't know what they're gonna find. All I know is that like source code was shared, and there was an independent third party like looking over the whole thing, and what they do in Korea is like a tribunal. They have like 3 judges sit on a panel and listen, and then the tribunal ends up coming to like a decision. It's not like a jury thing. So that's going to be October 24th is when that verdict gets read. So we'll know like at some point on the 23rd, like US time, because Korea is 14 hours ahead. So at some point on the 23rd in the US, there will probably be an article like on that same blog page that tells us what happened, or it's likely that Iron Mace ends up making its own like Discord announcement over it. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because they seem like they're kind of like they're more in touch, like they're more like reaching out and touching like the community than most game devs are. You know, like it's almost unheard of that you see like a creative director, even within a smaller indie studio, like writing like all of the messages on the announcements section. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a normal thing. Like he's much more involved than like most creative directors I've seen. Yeah, Delta Force is out. I've got it installed. I want to check it out. Where's the pendulum currently swinging in regard to the judgment? Do you know anything about it? And if it goes bad, what happens next? So, I don't know which way the pendulum's swinging. In Korea, I know that the general sentiment tends to be like with larger corporations. Like Korean culture is kind of funny with that. Like for us in the US, we're typically more about like the little guy, big government, big business, bad, right? In Korea, it's more like large corporations, large uber successful corporations are seen as like better, more trustworthy because they're so successful. They have to be doing something right. So they're like being given a job by a large corporation is like, you know, societally like a really good thing. Right. And like smaller businesses tend to be looked at negatively when it comes to like this type of a situation. Whereas like in the US, it's usually like the little guy gets given the benefit of the doubt more often than not, because like the big mean corporation tends to stomp on the little guy and take advantage and, you know, walk on everybody's heads and shoulders and shit. Like they tend to stomp on people. At least like that's how we view it, like on a macro level. So in Korea, like all of the press about Iron Mace has been like most wholly negative. Like even to the extent where like when we did the torch thing for GCX, right? SDF mentioned, or Terry did, that like there's even like Korean like forums that kind of like Reddit that talk shit about Iron Mace and say like they're thieves and shit, right? Even to the extent that like when we did the GCX charity event and we raised 375 grand for St. Jude, the forums, people on the forums were still trying to spin it as if it was a bad thing. Because like it wasn't for people in Korea, or they must have gotten something out of this. You know, like, and honestly, like Iron Mace made nothing. Like they got some good PR, you know, like on Twitch as a cultural thing. But it never like, there's no news articles written in the US about it or any of that. Like, St. Jude actually is trying to work with like the New York Times to like get an article written about it to use as a piece that they could share with like other game devs for stuff like this, to show like how cool this would be to like do more of that. But yeah, like the general sentiment in Korea is that like they're a bunch of fuckers. I think the Western world is a little bit more sympathetic to them. Obviously there are people that out there that think that Iron Mace is, you know, still doing shady shit, and we don't really know, right? I would like to personally believe, after having worked with, not worked with, but talked with these guys as much as I have and gotten to know a bunch of them, as well as I have, that it would be on the up and up, right? But if they got found, like, it depends on how Korea views another man's thoughts, I guess is the best way to put it. Because I don't think there's going to be an adequate enough paper trail for them to be able to point the finger and go, there's the smoking gun, there's the source code they clearly stole. I don't think that's going to be it. I think what it's going to come down to is the argument of like, if SDF working for Nexon had a thought or thoughts in regard to how he wanted a game to be shaped, and he didn't feel as though Nexon was going to support those thoughts, if he took those thoughts with him after no longer being on payroll and decided that he was going to take the thoughts that he had in the direction that Iron Mace took them in, is that considered Nexon's property or not? I think that's what it's going to come down to. And I don't know what that is. I know in the US, they tend to side with the person that was doing the thinking and not the company that employed the thinker. Because there's already precedent in the past with like Mattel and Barbie trying to sue Bratz dolls in the 90s, lost miserably. And strangely enough, the dudes that are representing or represented Iron Mace in US court when it was over, like for the whole like Steam DMCA thing, the guys that were representing Iron Mace in US court were representing Mattel. The dude that represented the lead attorney for Iron Mace was representing Mattel in that case and lost. Lost that lawsuit and like set that precedent like back then. US has been done for a long time. Yeah. US vacated it and said they were kicking it to Korea to figure out, because they were trying the same case at the same time in two separate areas. So even IM expects to lose in Korea. I don't think they expect to lose. No. It's not rolling in the US anymore, though. Yeah. So outcome stuff, right? It depends on, like, the way that this works when it comes to, like, civil shit like this. It's not like criminal court where, like, guilty, not guilty. And, like, it's, like, all or nothing. It's not like that. Civil court is like a graduated deal. So they could say like, we attribute 15% of Iron Mace's IP to stuff that Nexon could lay claim to. In which case then Nexon basically would own like certain portions of whatever Iron Mace has done, right? Or it could be more, it could be less, right? If it becomes 51%, then Nexon would have directorial control, which is obviously what no one wants, right? So it's more of a graduated thing. So it could be a bunch of different outcomes. It could be like royalties that would have to get paid to Nexon. They could tell Nexon to go pound salt. I mean, that's obviously a possibility. But like, let's say that Nexon gets a piece. It could be that they have to pay royalties to Nexon. It could be that they would have to buy out Nexon's shareholding of the company. It could be Nexon, if they did get controlling share, would tell them to go fuck themselves and shut it down. I mean, there's a lot of different outcomes. I don't think, given that the game is relatively successful and has been as much as it has been over the last like year or two and the popularity of it, I don't think that the court would tell 100 employees or whatever that they need to go find a new job. Because like Iron Mace is clearly employing people and like they're making a game and they're making money. And that obviously like helps Korea at the end of the day. Like money flows through that studio into the Korean like municipalities and government, whatever. Like there's tax money being generated there. So I don't think that they would shut them down. I think at worst it would be like a portion of Iron Mace's earnings would like have to go to Nexon, something like that. Like at worst. And I don't think it would be so much that they're gonna like hurt. They would probably, I mean, all of it's gonna hurt, like no matter what. But if that's the way it went, I think it would only be a part. I don't think it would be like, oh, Nexon owns you now. I don't think they would do that. I mean, worst case is the game gets turned off, right? Like Nexon owns it. They get to swoop in on copyright infringement and flip the switch, and we never see this game again. Like that's the worst. But I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's within the realm of reality. It'll die in less than a year. Well, I think that the people that are playing this game now that know about the history of it are playing this game because they believe that Nexon is somewhat in the right. Other than the fact that the game is fun, right? Objectively fun. I think that if Nexon took the IP over, people wouldn't play it out of spite. I wouldn't. And I'm almost 100% certain that Iron Mace would end up appealing whatever. You know, if it didn't go their way like badly, I don't think that they would. I don't think that they would play it. I think that they would appeal it like instantly. You know, I would go like, oh shit, they stole shit, right? Like if that's what happened, right? If that's what the court found and there was like, there's no way the game could exist if he hadn't stolen shit, then I would be like, oh shit, they stole shit. Now what? Like, oh fuck. Like I didn't think that was true, but I guess it's true. Like, you know. But I don't think I would go to Nexon over it. I don't think I would play Nexon's version of this video game. I think that I would go to like Legacy Steel and Sorcery, or like somebody would do it, or, you know, relatively equivalent, maybe do it better. I don't know. And just missed Zero selling my Grimmy for $12.90. Rip. Shiv 2 no lifer. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah, so I mean, like they could be awarded damages. You know, it could be one of those where it's like, I don't know how they handle. Like the game is ongoingly monetized, right? So, you know, if it's handled like how music is handled, there's like a percentage of a song that is owned by another artist because the court finds that like so-and-so is entitled to 30% of a song. So any revenue that gets generated or was generated off of that song is a 30% royalty that gets paid to the other artist. Right? Like other artist doesn't have to do shit. They just collect their 30% royalty off of the, you know, the plays off of that song. They get their money. That's it. Done. And it could be the same thing with this. Right? Like 10% of the game is attributed to stuff that happened in Nexon, blah, blah, blah. They're entitled to a 10% royalty. And then all future game sales and, you know, prior game sales from, you know, day of the game going live has to get paid. Like they have to stroke a check to Nexon for $1 million or some shit. And then any ongoing sales or whatever. But they still have directorial control. They can still do whatever the fuck they want. Right? They still get to keep going. But my understanding is that there's heavy financial backing from like Tencent for Dark and Darker, like as an investor, and I don't think Tencent would let Nexon win. New World tomorrow will finally give me a break from Dad until they start doing some big changes to the game. Oh yeah, New World Eternum goes live what, tomorrow? That's the rumor. I don't have any proof of like Tencent, but that's the rumor. Hey, what's up? I just bought the game. Are you affiliated with IM? No. No. Why are you the person of choice to speak through a lot of times? I don't know, man. I think I just developed a good rapport with him. I tend to play the center in most things. Like, I try not to, like, force my opinion one way or another. I have a couple of times where, you know, I got a little biased, but then I would always call myself on it. You know, I'd be a little biased, like, in a video. And then, like, the next one, I'd be like, all right, well, I think I was a little biased there. Like, you probably should rope that in, you know? I tried to play pretty close to the center. I was the first person to ever make a YouTube video about this game ever. Like, there are no videos on YouTube that predate the one that I made about the game from, like, one of their first playtest. Basically, I was like, everybody needs to play this game because it's fucking awesome. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just kind of, like, reached out to him and I was like, you know, I would love to do a Q&A with you guys, like, interview you about the game, you know, and then it just kind of, like, panned. And then every so often I reach out to him and just, we've kept a good rapport. Like, I don't know. I don't do hot takes most times. Like, everyone's like Tarkov shit, I'll end up having a hot take because I think that, like, a lot of times like the Russian devs, they get ahead of themselves and they end up being blowhards and stuff. And I kind of like, they kind of piss me off and I end up checking them on it. These guys have never come across to me as like haughty or like, you know, chest pounding and like, fuck you, just play our game, no one cares. Like, they've never been like that. So I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, you know? Like, I don't think that they're con artists. I don't think that they're bad people. I think that they're trying to genuinely make a good video game. And that's, I think that's mostly true for, like, most game devs I've interacted with. That's probably why. I don't know. Right place, right time. Just kind of, like, back the right horse. I got no idea. Yeah, I think I do a pretty good job, like, dumbing down stuff. You know, like, more complex, like, things into, like, more palatable, like, ways, I guess. Like, I'm good at, like, informing folks in a way that, like, seems like it's easily understood. More easily understood? I don't know. And I ask pretty good questions, I think. You know? But I don't challenge them on shit either. You know, it's not like, it's like, there's a difference between being like, yo, Warlock is fucking broken. Are you gonna fix that shit or what? You know, like, there's that, or it's like, there's a lot of people that feel like Warlock is a little bit overpowered because of, like, certain skills and, like, certain skill expression. Do you feel that that's the same or no? You know, like, like, there's a different way, like, asking questions in the right way, too. You know, there's a lot of that. I've never been paid. No. And I wouldn't take money from them if they offered it. I don't want a job with them because, like, that compromises my opinions. Like, I don't want to do that. No, I've never been, they've never given me a thing. They've never, well, other than they decided that they wanted to do the charity thing with me for GCX and they suggested the torch and then I marketed, like, pushed the shit out of it. But I received zero compensation from that. They didn't, like, I bought my own torch. Like, they've given me nothing. Nothing at all. Are you a regular in the Darkest Hour? I don't think so. They've been talking a lot about, like now that, because Spud left because of, like, the time zone thing, which I knew about before they, like, told everyone else. Because I don't know, I just so happened to be, like, in the group chat because I was, like, getting ready to come on as a guest and then Spud ended up backing out. But they when I was at TwitchCon, Jay and I were getting hammered at the bar, and he turned and looked at me and he was like, You want to be like the guy on the podcast with us instead of like now that Spud left? Do you want to be the guy? And I'm like, I mean, like, yeah, like I could, but like maybe this is a conversation we have when we're not drinking. Like, and I was like, I don't know, like I'm down, but like you might want to be sober for this. And he was like, yeah, I don't know. Like I was just thinking, you know. But I think that Soma wants somebody that's more like constantly like riffing, like comedian style person, like as their like third guy. And like I'm not comfortable enough in like that chair with them to constantly be cracking jokes. You know, like Spud just doesn't give a fuck. You know, and like I'm more like trying to read the room. You know, like I don't want to piss people off kind of thing. And I tend to like, you know, I don't really like if I'm making people mad with jokes, like I'm doing a good job, like I'm more on that side of it. You know, like I like making fun of hecklers, you know, like that kind of shit. So like I don't know if I would fit. If that's what they wanted from me, I don't know if I would fit. Give them publicity, good opinions are bad, getting from them shouldn't change your opinion. No, I don't think so. But I try to temper my opinion in a way that doesn't end up sounding like a one-off soundbite where it's like, this game is fucking cooked. Like this is, you know, like I don't know, man. Like that ship sailed for me a long time ago. 1800 AP runs. Well, they could bring back 1800 AP runs, but then we're going to get like 800 AP buy-ins. I don't know if anybody wants that. Be the perfect choice. I make fun of everyone. Yeah. Spud made the podcast unwatchable. There's endless tangents. He's funny, just not on the spot. Yeah, I got to be honest. Like, I didn't really watch a whole lot of The Darkest Hour. Or I haven't really watched a whole lot of The Darkest Hour. I know that Spud gets a little ranty from time to time, but most of the time that he's getting ranty, I tend to agree with him. There's been a couple of times where, like, even in those situations, like Spud has had opinions on things that I completely disagreed with. But I always tried to put it in a way where I just stuck to like, well, that's not actually true. This, and this, and this, right? Like, this is actually like what I think is right, you know? But I tried to do it in a way that was never going to sound like insulting or like where I'm turning my voice and like making it harsh and like, this guy's fucking idiot, you know? Like, I was never like that. Cause you know, I don't want to fuck with him, you know? I can argue a point and not have to be a douchebag, you know? Like, it ain't Twitter. You know what I mean? One bag of kill should be 200, 300 AP. I mean, if you're a neophyte and you kill a demigod, it's 188. But I know what you mean. As long as there was a thing that like gave diminishing returns on if you killed the same people inside of like the same 1 hour window or something, I'm fine with it. Because what you don't want to see happen is people doing kill trading. Like, that would be the only apprehension that I would have. Because you would have people Q snipe each other and then just run into a room or something and have dude, like, wipe them out. Just so that they could get the AP off of them. And it actually sucks when the first thought that you have about certain systems that they're looking to implement is, how could this be exploited? Because, like, that's instantly where my mind goes to. Like, all right, how are gamers going to game that one? You know? What's the gamification of this one? How are they going to circumvent it before Iron Mace ends up having to make a change? And it's like, that's the first thing that pops in your head, you know? Same 4 or 5 people in Ice Abyss? Well, there's the same guys grinding for sure, yeah. But as long as if they had some kind of and I mean big diminishing return. Like, you kill somebody the first time and it's like, all right, you get full shot. Second time is like half. Third time is like 80%. And each time that you get a kill on them, it extends the diminishing return timer by like 35 minutes or some shit. So that way, like, you'd have to wait like a half a day in order to be able to like get credit for killing them again. Like something like that. soon as there's online PvP, etc., you have to do QA to make sure the community... Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, inevitably, it's going to happen. There's no getting around it. Of course. It was. I gave it to her early. It's been like 5 minutes. Hey, Jack, what's up? Talk a long time and tell stories, for example, for 10 minutes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he likes to pontificate on stuff. I get it. I get it. That's the other... Like, I have the same issue, man. Like, I can sit here and yap all fucking day long. You know, I'm a fucking yapper. So, like, I actually feel that a lot. I feel like, given the opportunity to, like, just fucking rant, like, I could definitely go off. I try to, like, on those podcasts, I try to do my part. Like, I'm constantly conscientious of, like, how much I'm speaking. And I'm trying to, like, not on purpose so that, like, other people can talk. And I think a lot of times it comes off as, like, oh, Onepeg is, like, really quiet. And it's, like, really just, like, I'm fighting my little inner demon of being, like, I just want to say shit all the fucking, like, all the time. Like, I'm constantly like, oh, dude, you know. Like, it's bad. It's bad. All right, so now that I've adequately talked everybody's ear off and they're all getting bored as fuck. New World of Tournament is tomorrow. You mentioned Jay. Who else did you see at TwitchCon? Yeah, Jay stayed at the house with me. Jack was actually there, so I saw Jack. Jack plays this game pretty often. Saw the lore, saw Yami, N-Boss, So Bad. Odin was there. Soma. I saw Jack Carnage, of all people. OG fucking Jack Carnage. Sequisha, Anthony. I think that was everybody. I think that was everybody at the table. And then like Iron Mace had Jin there, who's like he works right next to SDF on like the creative development side of the game. And Jin showed up with a bunch of t-shirts, and it was cool, man. We had a good dinner. It was good. Any highlights? Okay, best story from the weekend. All right, best story from the weekend. Jack was in the car, in the Uber with us on the way to this dude's house for breakfast. Like her friends had another house that was like 5 minutes away. So we ended up hopping in an Uber and going to this dude's place for breakfast. We're riding, and Jay was with us. We're riding in the, or no, Jay wasn't with us. It was it just, wait, who else was with us? I thought it was Jay. It wasn't Jay? Or wait, no, it was Jay. Jay was with us. He hadn't gone to sleep yet. Yeah. So the night before, Jay and I go to the bar. Okay, Jay and I go to the bar. That we went to this after party that was at this bar, and it was so like invite only. Every time that they had any correspondence about this was like, this is just you, just your name. Do not tell anyone else that it's happening. Like, you do not know that this exists, but you know it exists. Like, that kind of thing. And like, we go, and like, Jay and I walk in, and this dude Keith, that was the one that sent us the invites. He's like higher up at Stream Elements. And I was like, why am I even invited to this thing? I didn't even understand. But I get, Keith likes me. So, we're waiting in line to like get into this place, and I see Keith, and I'm like, bro, we're VIP, right? And he's like, how many are you? And I'm like, it's just me. And Jay's here, but you gave him his own invitation. I'm like, well, we're VIP, right? And he's like, yeah, fuck it, you can have it. I'm like, okay, cool. So we get like this all access fucking thing. Every single like fuck boy and e-girl like YouTube or Twitch personality that you could think of that averages like mega numbers aside from Asmongold was inside of this place. And it was fucking weird. And I ended up just shooting the shit with Hutch and Summit with Jay for like 2 hours. Cause like they were the only people I really knew. And Timac and Judd. We just shot the shit for like a couple of hours and then I was like, all right, we're out. Right? Asmon doesn't leave his house. Yeah, good point. So like we leave, right? Like we're on our way out. Endra comes out. Endra and I have a history where like we didn't really get along for a while because of some stuff that I said about like friends of hers that were kind of circumventing some Twitch systems that they shouldn't have been circumventing, and I kind of called them out. But she ran up and gave me a hug and was like, I'm too drunk to dislike you right now. Which I thought was fucking hilarious. We walk out. Jay ends up getting like a fucking street meat hot dog that was like this big with like peppers and onions and shit on it. We get in the car. We drive all the way back to the house in the Uber. Jay goes, I think I got to go back, bro. He's like, I'm not done yet. I got to go back. I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. It was like 2 a.m. I was going to bed. Jay goes back out to the bar, takes another round, ends up drinking like 3 more tequilas. It's like 5 a.m. or some shit. And then he goes to the casino. He leaves because in San Diego there's a casino like on the city, like in the city outskirts. He drives. He takes an Uber for an hour to the casino and he ends up making like $2,000 on blackjack drunk. Comes back to the house. It's like 8:30 in the morning. Get up, go to breakfast. Get in this Uber, and we're riding to this dude's house. Jack gets up, I get up. Jay hasn't gone to bed yet. He's like, I've just been surfing. He's looking at Uber Eats, like looking at all the restaurants and food and like reviews and shit, trying to see like where he wants to have breakfast. And we just end up going to this other dude's house for like French toast. Jay, the three of us are riding in the Uber on the way to this dude's house. And the guy starts asking like, you know, if we're here for the TwitchCon convention. We're like, yep. And then he starts talking about video games, like what games do you play? And we're telling him. And he's like, oh, I play like World of Warcraft a lot. And I get talking to him about like OG World of Warcraft. And I'm like, I'm not playing retail this time around because I can't do crack again. Right? Talking about how the game is crack. Because like once you start playing WoW, it's like, oh, I got to do this and this and this and this. And then, you know, as a hardcore world ranked mythic raider at one point, and like I want nothing to do with it. My voice is shot, dude. It's going out. I'll be lucky if I can talk tomorrow. So he goes, yeah, you know, sometimes you got to do that to get through a raid. Like a night of raiding. And I'm like, wait, what? Hold on. Like casual conversation. He's like, yeah, sometimes you got to do that to get through a night of raiding. And I'm like, and I just went like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. Okay. All right. Sure. So, that was probably the most memorable, like, story from the weekend. Was that interaction with that guy. He was something. He ain't wrong. And all I could think in my head was, this motherfucker just admitted to doing crack playing video games. In fairness, like, the car that we were in was pretty clean. But, like, if you took one look at this dude and you were like, oh, yeah, he's a recovering addict. There's no way he's not. Like, he's probably, like, that, or he was, like, somebody that was still on heroin, but worked during the day so that he could afford to pay for his habit. Like, that's what he looked like. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this fits. Like, him saying that didn't even, like, send me. I was like, oh, no, yeah, no, I could see it. Yeah. No, I could see that, yeah. No, I'm a warlock. Yeah, no, I can see it. All right, I'm gonna do. Oh man, I'm gonna save my voice, and I'm going to send you to. Oh, Jay's live. Jay's been live for an hour and 45 minutes. Who told Jay he could get on early? This is some bullshit. He's in my time slot. All right. Go tell Jay that we all say hi. All right. I'm gonna go. My daughter is apparently running a temperature of 101. I'm gonna go play father nurse to her, and yeah, try to not speak. And I will hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow morning, and we'll continue with something, either this or Delta Force, or we'll check out sand or something. All right. Okay. Bye. See you later. All right, if you're on YouTube or if you're watching on X, thank you guys so much for being here. We'll catch you tomorrow, okay? All right, love you guys.